the Sustainability Impact Award 2026, an initiative of Misset International, recognizes and promotes innovative, sustainable solutions within the animal feed sector. Novonesis has been nominated for this award with their Bovacillus probiotic. Bovacillus is a feed-stable probiotic that improves gastrointestinal health and performance in dairy and beef cattle. Its robust formulation allows use across diverse feed types and systems, supporting scalable and sustainable farm-level production. Hi Oscar, what challenges in dairy and beef farming led to the development of the Bovacillus probiotic?
Yes, that's a good question. We actually, when we were developing the idea for this project, we had interviews with many customers, dairy farmers, beef producers, and also with our internal team, the sales team and technical team. They are in contact with the farmers every day, working together. And what we got from those interviews is that farmers, they need still probiotics to help to keep and maintain the health of the animals, but they need to have also something to deliver consistent animal performance. And that's something that was lacking in most of the probiotics because their main focus is only the health part, right? And another point that they really emphasize is the easiness of use of a product, because if you're bringing a technology to a farm that also brings complexity in terms of use, that technology won't last long in the farm. So that was another point, the ease of use, that was important for the farmers as well.
Yeah. So what makes this probiotic different from other traditional probiotics? In animal nutrition, of course.
Yes. So as I mentioned, it was designed around the needs of the farmer, right? And for that, we select two strains. It's a dual strain probiotic that has the function of helping with the health of the animal, but also has a strong focus on production. These strains, they work as nanoplants of enzymes within the rumen of the cow, helping to produce digestive enzymes. So they will produce, for example, fibrolytic enzymes to help the digestibility of fiber coming from the pasture, coming from hay, from silage. So they have a direct impact on digestibility. That means helping the animal directly to transform that feed into milk, right? To utilize that nutrient. For the health part, and then after the rumen, they go into the lower gut, into the intestine. And in the intestine, they have different modes of action. They compete with potentially harmful bacteria. They strengthen the intestinal barrier. They promote the production of mucin that is helping to keep the health of that intestinal barrier as well. So basically, farmers don't have to choose between production and health. They can have both. And also, when you talk about probiotics for ruminants, people normally they focus only on the rumen. So now we are having a dual probiotic that acts in the rumen, but also in the lower gut.
And what kind of results have you seen so far on farms that use Bovacillus?
Yes. So we have seen very good results so far. When we think about the dairy cattle, we are talking about improvement in feed efficiency, around 3.7%. That translates to almost 1 kilo of milk more per cow per day, every day.
That's
so it's
quite a lot.
pretty good, yes. And this is an average of many scientific trials. We did a meta-analysis on that. We see also when we feed that during the dry period before parturition, that actually the cows that consume Bovacillus during the dry period, they have a better colostrum quality. And a higher percentage of cows, they have colostrum of good quality. And that's super important for the calf later to receive immunity from their mother, let's say. In the beef space, also improvement in feed efficiency, improvement in average daily gain. We look at the beef system, it's quite complex because you have the finisher diet, you have the grazing animals, you have the cow and calf operation. And we looked through the whole thing, and in the cow-calf it was interesting that we actually feed probiotics to the mom when the mom was during gestation. And actually we can see an impact on the baby. The offsprings, they actually had a better performance during their period of supplementation. So it was really interesting data for dairy and beef in both cases.
Yeah. And how scalable is this solution across different farming systems around the world?
Yeah, as I mentioned, I think it's pretty scalable because we made the product to be used in field conditions, right? And we actually, we believe on that, but we don't assume that. So we invest a lot of money on research in only, if you get only Europe alone, we have at least 5 performance trials done in Europe and a lot of in vitro trials done. So we're talking about Netherlands, Spain, Sweden, France. We really want to have an idea of how the product is working in different places. So that's why we do a lot of university trials and also validation with the customers.
And what impact is Bovacillus already having on farms today, and what do you hope to achieve in the future?
As I mentioned before, we are seeing very positive results in terms of health, performance, and profitability in the case of the animals. We are feeding 1,500,000 heads every day with Bovacillus, so we know that we are delivering a lot of value to the farmers. It's already a big number of animals. But it's not really only about the animals. We are also getting a lot of testimonials from the farmers and talking to us about having more time because they spend less time treating animals, having more resources because they are using less resources to actually follow up issues with the animals. So that gives us a lot of also confidence that's not only improving for the animal side, but also we are improving the life of people taking care of the animals, and that's extremely important to us. Today, we have the approval from EFSA, so we are starting to sell in Europe. We just received that last December. So our sales team is trying to talk to feed millers and premix and different companies in Europe to start selling for dairy cows. In the future, we want to bring this for beef producers in Europe, and we will submit the application for the beef side. Globally, we are still expanding. We have today Bovacillus in 17 countries plus Europe, but we still have some important markets to achieve in Latin America, in Africa, Middle East, and in Asia as well. So we are trying to expand a lot to bring more of this technology to help farmers everywhere.